Okay. So Kiran, can you tell us how did you start your career?
For the service oriented, I would say in inside like
Hello everyone. Today I have a special guest at my channel. His name is Kiran, who is working as a full-time product designer at a product company. Today he will share his experiences where he got converted from being an intern to being a full-time product designer at a product company. So let's welcome him to this channel. So hi Kiran, welcome to my channel. Can you give us a quick introduction about yourself?
Hey Avinash, it's good to be here. It's like always a pleasure. Let me introduce myself. My name is Kiran and I'm from Gadag, Karnataka. I have done my graduation in industrial design from Ramaya University, and after that I actually uh, got into UX UI design, and I worked as a intern at Yellow Chalk's design studio for 4 months. After that, like uh, I'm working as a UI designer at a early stage startup.
Okay. Okay. So Kiran, can you tell us how did you start your career in UX UI design? Like, did you do any design courses online or went to a design school?
So yeah, that's an interesting story. When I was in my final year of graduation, I got into got to know about UX UI design since I'm from industrial design.
Okay.
I was like pursuing industrial design. I like there's a kind of similarity, sort of connectivity with both the domains, like industrial design and UI design. So I kind of got to know that, and I developed an interest in it. Uh, for learning purpose, I actually uh, for at early stage, actually bro I actually got into like some courses like in Udemy. They provide like some free courses as well, so like to get to know the basics of UX UI. And after that I got into Udemy courses to learn more of it. And after that, to in order to pursue, in order to make a career in it, I actually uh, go, purchased a course from Sube Online Learning Institute, master's program in UX UI design. So like that uh, completed my course, and like I got into an internship. I
Okay.
took internship regarding yeah.
Okay. So can you tell us how did you get into an internship? Like, how was the process in getting into Yellow Chalk design?
After I completed my course, I was actually looking for internships through LinkedIn, Internshala, like those uh, internship providers, like uh, apps and websites. So got to know about Yellow Chalk Design Agency by LinkedIn. Actually, they had put up a job internship listing. So I actually applied for that. I was like in Internshala also I applied for a lot of companies for the internship, but luckily I got into I got selected by Yellow Chalk through like the interview process. They first gave the assignments in order to like check our performance as well as like our expertise in a basic level. So I cleared all of those, and luckily I got into Elishok. I worked there for 4 months. Yeah.
Okay. So, according to you, can you tell us what are the basic necessities that a candidate should have to apply for an internship?
For internship, I would say the basic knowledge of how the the UX UI works, like the UX principles, be it like UX principles or the UI guidelines, how the real world projects or the real world products interact with the customers or the users, target users. That, and like proficiencies in the UX principles, and yeah,
So,
that's sort of.
okay, so what suggestion would you give a fresher so that he can apply for an internship? Like, what all should he have? Should he have, as you said, the courses or just the courses, and also should there be any portfolio so that they can showcase during the internship?
Yeah, at the early stage, I would say, yeah, portfolio is vital for everybody. You need the beginner stage or the established UI designer or like the UI UX designer. But for the internship, I would say portfolio is not at all like not necessary. I would say like in Behance you have like you can post your works or design works or like the case studies. There also you can build like a portfolio for yourself there, so that like when you're applying for internship, when they ask for the like the portfolio link or the work that you have done, you can showcase them those like you can like work on your projects, your case studies. Yeah.
So, how long was your internship at Yellow Chalk Design? Like, what all projects did you do there, and what was your role basically in at Yellow Chalk Design?
So the internship was for 4 months. We started like I joined the Yellow Chalk at on October, like last year, and it uh, it ended like February 2022, like this year. So I worked as a UI design intern there, and I worked on some projects like be it logistics website or like we have this new thing called voice user interface. Look, I got to like work on the interface of that as well. Like I yeah that and I worked on a crypto rewarding app called GoSats. Yeah.
Okay. So, after completion of your internship, right? You said it was for 4 months. So, after that, you started looking for different jobs. Like, how did that process happen? Were you looking at particular service-based oriented companies, or you were looking at a product companies?
So when I like got done with the internship, my goal was to like get a job in product based company. Like I wasn't looking for service based companies. I was looking for product based companies. So I was like I after I got done with internship, I started to like work again on my work, like the personal works. Like started to apply through LinkedIn, be it Angel List. So yeah, through LinkedIn only I got to like after like 1 month, I got to interview with a company like an early stage startup called UV Health. So yeah, like after the hiring process and all, I got the job.
Okay, so how was your hiring at UV Health? You said it is a product company, right? So, can you tell us basically before that, I would ask what major is the difference between the service oriented and the product company?
For the service oriented, I would say inside like in terms of learning, you get to see like many domains, like be it logistics, be it healthcare. You get to work on as many as projects, as many as domains as you do. But in product based company, you have to like your focus is just on one domain. Like I work on the like healthcare domain now. Like it's a women healthcare platform. So my focus, my only focus is to make the experience or the interface better for women, like our target audience, like the healthcare in terms of healthcare. Yeah, so in service space is the case is like it's a broader market. The service space. Yeah.
So, how was your hiring process at UV Health? Initially, if there also you were given some kind of a design exercise or something of that sort.
Yeah, I was given the design exercise there, but yeah. So first they had a face to face like a normal interaction, like a normal interview, and then they gave me the assignment. Like they gave me a problem statement. I was supposed to like come up with the problem solution for that, and there was like 3 days, 2 to 3 days time for that. So I completed it, and yeah, so completed it, and they on the last yeah completed it, and they offered me like 3.6 like per annum package, and yeah, like I accepted.
Okay. So, Kiran, you are a UX person or a UI person?
As my career is going right now, like I'm totally a UI person. I was a UI person at the beginning only.
Okay. So I would the next question is a bit sensitive. I would just ask you that what amount of a percent, like what percent hike did you get when converted from an intern to a full time product, like a full time job at product company?
I think I had covered it in the previous question only. Like,
Okay.
yes. So I'll yeah. So in my internship, I used to get 15,000 as stipend. It's like in my current company, it's like a double of that. You can assume like.
Okay. So last couple of questions I have. The one thing is, what suggestions would you give, or what roadmap would you suggest for a person who is fresher in this domain, and where should he or she should start looking for? Like what he should have. So basically, if he is getting into a design domain, whether he should go for courses online, or do you suggest to go to a design school or something like that?
So for the roadmap, like for from the beginner's perspective, I would say start reading up on the UX. Like there are many UX books out there. Like for example, I would say the design of everyday things by Don Norman, and there are like many design books out there. When you're starting a career on UX, like it's important to learn the basics, like learn the core of it, and I would say the first learn the key UX principles and the best practices that are out there in the internet, like in terms of UX and UI. Yeah, like set your basics right, and you will learn along the way. Like it's a long run.
Okay. My last question to you would be, which websites do you suggest where a fresher needs to look at for getting a fresher role or an intern or to work as an intern? What websites would you suggest so that he can apply there?
Websites or applications like in terms of internship, I would suggest Internshala. Like LinkedIn also has has a lot to offer. Like you can get internships there. You can connect with the established UI designers. You can connect with the aspiring UI UX designers there. I would suggest, like, first of all, LinkedIn, Internshala, and AngelList as well. Like, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's it, folks. We got to know about the journey Kiran has done, getting converted from intern to a full-time product designer at a product company. So, if you have any queries, please leave a comment in the comment section, wherein we'll resolve your doubts. Thank you, Kiran. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thanks, mate. So it was a pleasure.